Bay South, and we'll start this meeting tonight, like we do all of our meetings, with our land acknowledgement. The town of Conception Bay South would like to respectfully acknowledge the territory in which we gather as the ancestral homelands of the Beothuk, and the island of Newfoundland as the ancestral homelands of the Mi'kmaq and Beothuk. We also respectfully acknowledge Labrador as the traditional and ancestral homelands of the Innu of Nitassinan, the Inuit of Nunatsiavut, and the Inuit of Nunatuavut. We strive for respectful partnerships with all the peoples of this province as we search for collective healing and true reconciliation and honor this beautiful land together. First up, the adoption of the meeting agenda for tonight. It will be moved by Deputy Mayor Goss, seconded by Councillor Moores. All in favor? Aye. Contrary minded? There we go. And next up, we have adoption of the meeting minutes from the last public council meeting on May the 6th. Do we have it moved by Councillor Butler, seconded by Councillor Hillier? All in favor? Aye. Contrary minded? And that is carried. Now, we have a number of guests in the room with us tonight in the chambers, and they are from Theatre CBS. And I'd like to ask them to join me up here so we can introduce all of them to you and talk a little bit about their successful venture to the Provincial Drama Festival. We have Gord Billard, John Bonnell, Susan Bonnell, Jacqueline Cook, Jacqueline Dimmer, Brenda Hines, Michelle Lambert, Andrea Peddle, Bridget Russell, Brad Stone, Dave Walsh, and Christine Young. Come on up here. Yes, come on up. On stage, right at home. Yeah. Right at home. Crew can be in the back. Well, thank you everyone for coming. And the reason we have invited the members of Theatre CBS to join us this evening is that they are fresh back from the Provincial Drama Festival in Corner Brook, where you stole the show. 8 nominations, 3 awards. The 3 awards were, we see Best Production, Best Lighting, and Best Set Design, and it was for Duckish, and they come from the stories of CBS's own Tom Daw, stories of fairies and ghosts. And Susan, I'm going to ask you to tell us a little bit about what it was like and a little bit about, I guess, the production and reception in Corner Brook.
Well, the reception in Corner Brook was amazing. I think we were all really impressed. This was our first year performing at the Drama Festival. We joined the Provincial Drama Society last year, and we had to observe for a year, and we didn't think we'd get to perform this year. And lo and behold, we got the call that they were going to add an extra night. And we said, well, what do we want to take? And there was nothing else that we wanted to take other than Duckish. These stories, who people may remember, we did it in March rather of last year. And they are based on the ghost stories and fairy stories of Tom Daw. Corner Brook was amazing. The adjudicator was incredible. I've been to other festivals, and some other members of the company have been to multiple festivals before, and she was just amazing. She's the director of Artistic Fraud, and you probably know her as well as from the National Theatre. So it was an amazing learning experience for us all. We went to all the adjudications every morning for every show, and she loved our show, as evidenced by the awards, but also by her comments to us. And the audiences loved our show. It was a really wonderful experience.
Well, I know it was a big hit here in CBS when you were on stage last March, a year ago, March, and it was great to hear that you're taking it to Corner Brook because it is a homegrown. You did this yourself, I believe. You wrote this based on CBS's Tom Daw's stories.
I did, yes.
How proud was that to be?
I'm pretty proud of myself. However, I will also say that 95% of the words that were spoken on stage were Tom's own words. He didn't need me to rewrite his words for him. They're so beautiful, so full of imagery, poetry, And our goal was really to present them in a way that just gave everybody that full picture of those stories. And boy, they did us really proud. The cast were amazing, the crew were amazing. And, you know, it's so exciting to know that we're getting recognized on the provincial stage. It's a wonderful, wonderful thing for the company.
Well, I don't think it's any surprise of the caliber of the professionalism we have right here tonight. Theatre CBS is incredible. I don't think it's any surprise that you're being recognized on the provincial stage because I think, you know, we all know the work that you do and the caliber of the shows you put off. So, saying that, you're starting a new season now.
We are.
See, this is your promo. The whole world is watching.
Okay. Okay, so here I go. In June, we're presenting an original piece by Leah McDonald, who's a resident of Conception Bay South and a strong advocate for neurodiversity in the community and abroad. She wrote a play with Peter Halley from Spirit of Newfoundland fame called Understanding Wonderland. And we're only one public performance only on June 12th. The show was really designed for children, so we have some school shows as well. Then in September, we are very proud to be part of the organizing committee for Conception Bay South's first Arts Festival, happening in late September, and we'll be doing Irma Bombeck at Wits End at the Yacht Club as part of that.
Starring Susan Bunnell.
True. Oh, I forgot. In July, as part of Soiree, we're doing a play called The Old Woman Who Lived in a Vinegar Bottle, designed for littlest children. One of the things that we as a company have been trying to do is to not only do shows for adults, but to try and introduce young families to good theater. And so we've done a couple shows, Fairy Tale Fun, this kind of stuff for like 3-4-year-olds. So that's the sort of target group, and get their moms and dads in too. So that's in July. And at Christmas, we typically do a radio drama. That's been our stay for the last 4 years we've existed. This year we're taking a little sidebar, and we're going to be doing an original play by, I forget the man's name.
Rex Roberts, who's a teacher here. I think he's since passed, but Rex wrote another version of How the Grinch Stole Christmas. And it's been performed over the years, past 20, 30 years, many times at the LSVU Hall, at schools that I've taught at, and we're taking that script that Rex wrote and putting our own CBS theater spin on it.
So we're doing the Grinch. That's Gord, our president. So we're doing the Grinch at Christmas time. So that's our season for this year. We've already started to look at things for next year. And I think I would be remiss if I didn't say on behalf of everybody involved in the company and the organization how grateful we are to the residents of Conception Bay South for their incredible support, the businesses of Conception Bay South for their amazing support. We could not have gone to the festival. It is extremely expensive without that support. And we also are very pleased to have Downtown CBS as a corporate partner with us, as a producing partner. And that those $20 or the $5 we're selling now on tickets, on a gift tree, these kinds of things, this is what makes it possible for us. So we really do appreciate their support. And there was just such a good feeling in Corner Brook coming from Conception Bay South for our efforts. And we really appreciate your support.
Okay. Well, thank you, Susan, and thank you, everyone from Theatre CBS. And especially thank you, your producer, Andrea, provided us all with a little bread for your pocket to keep you safe from the ferries on the way home. So we're all going to get home safe tonight. Tom need not worry. We're not going to get caught in the bog with the ferries surrounding us.
Everybody in Corner Brook at the show got one of those too.
Okay.
So that went to everybody who attended the
Excellent.
show.
So I'm going to ask you all to step down front now. I want to get council. We'll get a picture of everybody together. How's that? Okay. All right, well, thank you very much to Theatre CBS, and congratulations on your great showing at the Provincial Drama Festival, and all the best. We look forward to the next shows. Thank you very much. Okay, we're going to move on to new business, and tonight I'm going to start with Councillor Gerard Tilley. Okay. Got excited, sorry. Yes, we do have a proclamation. Yes, it's National Public Works Week, May 18th to May 24th. So whereas public works professionals focus on infrastructure, facilities, and services that are of vital importance to sustainable and resilient communities and to public health, high quality of life, and well-being of the people of Conception Bay South and Newfoundland and Labrador. And whereas these infrastructure, facilities, and services could not be provided without the dedicated efforts of public works professionals who are engineers, managers, and employees at all levels of government and the private sector, and who are responsible for rebuilding, improving, protecting our nation's transportation, water supply, water treatment, and solid waste systems, public buildings, and other structures and facilities essential for our citizens. And whereas it is in the public interest for the citizens, civic leaders, and children in Conception Bay South and Newfoundland and Labrador to gain knowledge of and maintain an ongoing interest and understanding of the importance of public works and the public works programs in their respective communities. And whereas the year 2025 marks the 65th annual National Public Works Week, therefore, I, Darren Bent, Mayor of Conception Bay South, to hereby designate the week of May 18th to May 24th, 2025 as National Public Works Week in the town of CBS. And I urge all citizens to join with representatives of the Canadian Public Works Association, our professional staff here at the town of Conception Bay South, to recognize the substantial contributions they make to protecting our national health, safety, and advancing quality of life for all. All right. Thank you very much. Next up, I'm going to start with Gerard Tilley in new business.
Thank you, Worship. I just want to send out a huge bouquet to two residents of Conception Bay South. First being Mr. Scott Parsons. Scott is the president and owner of Parsons and Sons Transportation Limited. And he was recently awarded the Atlantic Business Magazine, one of the top 50 award winners for the Atlantic Business Magazine. So, of course, through his 27-year career as a leader of Parsons and Sons Transportation, Scott has turned a one small school business into a diversified transportation enterprise with multiple vehicles and an annual revenue surpassing $5 million. So, congratulations to Scott. That is a very, very prestigious award to win. And Scott is, I know Scott personally, and he's worked very hard, him and his family, to see that business thrive. So, kudos to Scott. And as well, another bouquet should go out to a young gentleman by the name of Michael Kirby. Michael is a lifelong resident of Conception Bay South, and he performed a feat this week that I don't think anybody in this room will ever do. And but I think he's one of a few people across this earth that he reached the top of Mount Everest. I knew Mike years ago when he was in school. He's a bit younger than me, but that's an absolute fantastic feat. And I'm sure that he is definitely proud, his family is proud, and he certainly makes all the residents of Conception Bay South a bit prouder today for his accomplishments. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Tilley. Councillor Butler.
Thank you, Your Worship. You fooled me then. Now, I only have one thing tonight, but it's a big thing. SOAR, Spirit of Alex and Ronnie. May 9th, the food drive was held at the Salvation Army, and Bernie and Louise, selflessly, for years now, have organized this food drive through all their heartache and sadness. They rise above that, and they just give to the community so much with the food drive each year, along with other things like their toy drive and that. So I just wanted to give a big shout out to Louise and Bernie. Again, thank you. Thank you to Salvation Army. Thank you to all the residents here and from outside of CBS who contributed, and to all that helped that evening put it away, because I know it was a lot of stuff there. So I just want to say thanks.
Thank you very much, Councillor Butler. Deputy Mayor Goss.
I didn't see that coming. I wasn't ready. It's all over the place. I was going to mention the food drive too, and I just want to say thank you to Bern and Louise for what they do. This is the 12th annual birthday celebration and memorial food drive. And thank you to the community in general for the incredible support. The outpouring support was just fantastic. We were there that evening to, at the end there, myself and the mayor, Councillor Tilley, Councillor Butler had been there during the day, and I was there. And just to see the contributions that came in, it was just fantastic. And always a great help to our food bank, for sure. I just want to take a moment, being that this is National Public Works Week, I want to say, express appreciation to our public works staff who work really hard all year long. You know, through the snow clearing season, we have 24/7 snow clearing services, and they work, so they're, someone's working all day and all night. And just through the rest of the season, everything they do, looking after our roads and our water system, and supporting everything here in this town that keeps everything running smoothly. So thank you to our public works staff. That's it for me. Thanks.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor. Councillor Hillier.
Your Worship, I was going to talk a little bit about volleyball today, but since Councillor Tilley talked about Scott Parsons, I'm going to tie two of them together. Scott played with me in high school, so we'll go back a little ways. Back in the early 2000s, late 90s, I was involved with a coaching program, summer program for NLVA, and we were taking teams to the mainland in the summertime. And at that point in time, Scott was just starting to build his coaches. And I believe he had 2 old CN buses that he was using. And that was the first contract that we had and he had to take teams to the mainland. And I remember him saying to me, Rex, if I could get you a contract next summer, I could buy another bus. And invariably, Scott managed to get our contract for any number of summers. And I know this year he bought one for $600,000, and the seats in it were custom made to match the colors of the tour company that used it the most. So he's come a long ways from those 2 CN buses back in the late 90s. I just wanted to highlight the CBS Volleyball Club. They've had a very successful season of competition and training, and they're starting to wind down now, as are, I guess, most winter sports. And this year, the club has had 8 travel teams, ranging from under 14 to under 18. In seeding tournaments provincially, 2 of those teams, the under 17 and under 18 boys, were ranked first in the province. And in recent weeks, the teams have or are or will be competing at national events, mostly in Edmonton. And I know a lot of us, I guess, had an opportunity to buy some of their tickets that they were pushing all winter to try and fundraise to get away. So they've been very, very successful. I'd like to take the opportunity to congratulate the club on their successes this year and wish the teams who have yet to play good luck at nationals. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Councillor Hillier. Yes, I noted there's lots of congratulatory posts about volleyball in the past week, so congratulations to everyone involved. Councillor Morris.
Thank you, Mayor Bent. First of all, I want to send out a huge congratulations to all those nominated for the municipal awards that are happening Thursday evening. So many fantastic residents that have been nominated, and it's not all about the winning. Just being nominated for something like this, I feel, is very important. So huge congratulations, and of course, congratulations to those who will win Thursday evening. In addition to that, I just want to reference a local athlete, Danny Earls. He's a 400-meter sprinter from Conception Bay South, and he's a student athlete at Trinity Western University and selected to represent Team Canada at the 2025 FISU World University Games, which will be held in Germany. This is one of the premier international competitions for university athletes, and he's very lucky to be able to give him the opportunity to compete against some of the best in the world. It is entirely self-funded, meaning athletes are responsible for covering all their costs. So he has set up his own GoFundMe page to help support his travel there. So if anyone, I just want to, well, number one, congratulations to Danny Earls, because this is a huge accomplishment. And if anyone is able to support him, you can see his GoFundMe page on Facebook. And that's all for me. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Morris. Councillor Barrett.
Thank you, Your Worship. I have a number of quick things. I think almost all of these have been referenced previously, but I missed the last council meeting, and I thought it would be worthy to bring it up again. First of all, we had a lovely delegation from Theatre CBS here, and certainly want to personally extend my congratulations of all of their success. I know many of us have been to a few of their shows, and it's really exciting to see some homegrown talent make something of themselves and provide a really great service to our town. So very happy for them. A few weeks ago, it was announced Noreen Taylor was Volunteer of the Year with Children's Wish Foundation. I think she's a great volunteer for our town and stalwart supporter of many of our events here as well. And I wanted to, I think Deputy Mayor recognized her last meeting. I wanted to mention her again, given the role she plays in our community. Very well deserved. Baseball, CBS Baseball, that huge announcement a couple of weeks ago. There's already work ongoing just up the road from us, and very pleased that they were successful on that, and very pleased the town's able to support them. I believe Councillor Hillier mentioned last meeting, but also wanted to extend my condolences to the Gaval family, particularly Stephanie, and got to know Philip a fair bit through Chamberlains Park and the work that they do there. And I'm sure over the coming weeks and months they will identify a way to recognize him and his contributions, and certainly value the role that he has had in our community and the legacies that he's provided for us. And lastly, just want to echo what Councillor Morris has mentioned about the municipal awards. A big week for us, and I want to extend congrats to all the nominees as well. And it is, reading that nominee list, we got a lot of talent, and the community is proud to be a CBSer when you see those folks highlighted and all their accomplishments. And so I think it's going to be a really exciting evening. Looking forward to it, and wish everybody all the best. That's it for me. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Barrett. Just a couple of things. I want to shout out to the Hot Shots Squash Club. Had their year-end banquet this past week, and it's always a great fun to get together with them because they enjoy the sport so much, and they bring it back to what the sport's all about, is having fun and making friends and all of that, and they certainly know how to do that. And a big shout out to all those involved, the organizers and the supporters and the parents and everybody that gets everybody out, and also to Eric Hart, who is the originator of the club. I know he's been hit a little bit under the weather, I suppose, and we wish him all the best and get back at it. He missed it, and he'd have to be dragged down by something in order to miss something like that. So his daughter was there, and we wish Eric all the best, and of course the Hot Shot Squash Club all the best as well. Yes, Public Works staff. Well, we have I'll call it, it's our largest department, I suppose, of staff, maybe next to recreation. I'm not sure which is the biggest, but certainly the people that keep things moving in the town that you don't want to have any trouble with, our water systems, our sewer systems, and roads, and all those sorts of things. Hats off to all the town employees and Jennifer and all your staff. Thank you, and a great job. And it's not the easiest and not the most glamorous job always, I know, but still, it's one of the probably most important aspects of town operations, is keeping those things going. And so thank you for that, and it's congratulations on the work that you do. Scott Parsons, yeah, Councillor Hillier mentioned the CN buses in the beginning. It takes me back to, I think of the CN bus song with Tom Cowell wrote and Joe Morrissey and all that. So you're right, Scott's come a long way since the CN bus, eh? But he's a real gentleman and a great business leader in town of CBS, and I was very happy to see him recognized as top 50 in that. So that was great on him. And of course, Michael Kirby. Michael, one of the social media posts I served from Conception Bay South to the top of the world, and that's quite an achievement. That's for sure. Just a couple other things. The spirit of Alex and Riley, we had a great night down there. And at the end of the night, there's always a great tradition of helping load the trucks with all the food. But there's always tens of thousands of pounds of food, and of course, it's becoming more fashionable for people to give gift cards and cash donations, which is easier. And encourage people to think about doing that with our food bank anyway, because, they just turn all those cards into food and help distribute them to the people that need them. But they had a very successful event down there again this year. It's great to see it, and look forward to the 12th. Two people were recognized by their provincial organization last week, and I was honored to be in attendance and got to say a few words at the Newfoundland and Labrador Soccer Association annual awards. Executive of the Year for the province was Calvin Randall, CBS, and Volunteer of the Year was Tracy Carroll of Conception Bay South. And Tracy in the local club has been Volunteer of the Year 3 years of the last 5, I think. So it tells you about the effort and the work that she puts into that. And Calvin had sat on the board since 2003, just finished up this year, and he was Executive of the Year for the province. So many hours and a great deal of dedication went into that, and it was great to see them honored at the provincial banquet for soccer. So that's it for me. So we're going to move on to the business of the town, and I believe Finance and Admin and Deputy Mayor, I believe that's you. You're going to start us off with some wonderful proclamations of recommendations, I guess.
Yes, Finance Administration, start off with a couple of human resources items. 6A is Human Resources Program Supervisor. Be it so resolved that Taylor Harding be appointed to the position of Program Supervisor per the terms and conditions of the employment contract. So moved.
Seconder. Councillor Tilley, discussion?
And this is a replacement position of temporary replacement maternity leave. Our Program Supervisor, our superstar, Carla Hodder, is on maternity leave, had to leave a little bit earlier than expected. So that's a big position, and her with big shoes to fill. And coming on our summertime season with camp and all of the events that we host here in the town, we had to get on that and get that position filled quickly. So we're very pleased to have Taylor Harding join the group and join the department. And we wish Carla Hodder all the best. And yeah, so that's...
All in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded? Carried. Thank you.
Next, item 6B, Human Resources Community Events and Programs Coordinator. Be it so resolved that Megan Lambert be appointed to the position of Community Events and Programs Coordinator per the terms and conditions of the employment contract.
Do we have a seconder? Councillor Moores, discussion.
This is actually a new position. We have a lot going on in our recreation department. This is a large community. There's a lot of growth and a lot of programs happening. We have also, January 1st, as we took over Manuel's River Center, and looking at even more growth with programming. And our current staff work really hard, but you can only spread things so far. So this is a new position dedicated to community events and programs. So we look forward to Megan Lambert joining the department and, and growing our programs and things that we've been wanting to do, moving forward with some new things and new ideas.
I always think that a lot of people ask for, well, why don't you do this, or why don't you add this, or why don't you... We would add all those things if we had the staff to do it, and you need the staff to do it. It doesn't happen by magic, so it's great to be able
100%.
to add to this group. And of course, this is the type of job that is a direct to resident, positive approach to the town. So it's great to see this. Anyone else want to comment on this one before we call it to a vote? All in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded? Carried?
Next item, 6C, 2025 tax collections. Be it so resolved that approval be given to initiate collection activities on outstanding tax accounts for 2025, which may require water disconnection, use of a third-party collection agency, court action, or arrears of sale property. So moved.
Seconder. Councillor Butler, discussion.
This is just part of the process of finance, and as we are required by the legislation to continue ongoing collections.
Yeah, and
Each year.
The things outlined here are not the first approach. These are the last stage approaches. We've
Exactly,
been at
yeah.
this for a while, and now it's gotten to a point where we got to unfortunately use a heavier hand to collect the taxes to help pay the bills. So there it is. Anyone else want to comment on this one? All in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded? Carried.
Next item, 6D, 2025 municipal election. So on April 15th, council passed resolution 25-096 to set the nomination of candidates to be held on September 4th between the hours of 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. Due to using vote by mail, the Elections Act requires the hours to be 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Considering the reduced hours, we are bringing recommendations forward that the nominations be accepted on both September 3rd, 2025 and September 4th, 2025, between the hours of 9 a.m. and 4 p.m. So, on that note, 6DA, nomination of candidates. Be it so resolved that Resolution 25-096 be rescinded and that the approval be given to hold nomination days for the 2025 municipal election on Wednesday, September 3rd, 2025, and Thursday, September 4th, 2025, between the hours of 9 a.m. and 4 p.m. at the Town Hall. So moved.
Do we have a seconder? That's Councillor Barrett. Discussion.
I just explained.
Some of the things in the new legislation, to me, make absolutely no sense whatsoever, and we've dealt with a number of them, but we have to comply. We have no choice in this
Absolutely,
thing. So
yeah.
here we are. We can't open the nominations past 5 o'clock for people. To offset the rules, we've decided to open it for a second day, which is absolutely no problem, but still, it would have made it more sense to allow us to accept nominations from 8 to 8 on a day or two. But here we are. 9 to
Because of mail-in voting.
Because, yeah, and explain that one to me. Because of
I
mail-in
know.
voting, you're not allowed
Allowed
to
to-
accept nominations past 4 o'clock in the day.
Yeah.
All right, well, there we are.
That's it.
So we'll follow the rules, we'll get in line and, I guess, and pass this. So anyone else want to speak to it? Probably not now, I guess. All in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded? Carried.
And next one, vote by mail. Be it so resolved that the town of Conception Bay South permit vote by mail in conjunction with in-person voting for the 2025 municipal election. So moved.
Seconder. Councillor Tilley. Discussion.
No explanation needed.
I like this one. All in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded? Carried.
That's it for me, Mayor Bent.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor Goss. And Engineering and Public Works, understand Councillor Hillier? Is that you? Yeah.
Yes, Your Worship. Your Worship, we've got no formal motions to bring forward, but there are just a couple of items I want to highlight. I'm used to planning, Your Worship.
Yeah. I get that.
I'm used to planning.
No doubt.
Planning is on my mind.
8 years will do that to you.
All right, let's do this. Be it so resolved that approval be given to award Radco Mechanical Limited the 2024 water and sewer upgrades sewage pumping stations at a cost of $1,637,421.84, including HST, pending applicable provincial permit approvals. Funds are available in the project account. So moved.
Seconder. Deputy Mayor Goss, discussion. Well, it's important work that has to be done, sewer upgrades.
It is.
All in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded? Carried.
And number 7B, be it so resolved that approval is given to engage Can-Am Instruments at a cost of $61,390 plus HST to install sanitary sewer flow monitoring equipment. Funds are available in the project account. So moved.
Do we have a seconder? Councillor Butler, discussion.
Your Worship, this is a program we're following, I guess, throughout the town in terms of determining existing flow rates in our sewers. Because obviously flow rate is, or the amount of buildings that we can put, the amount of housing, amount of development we can follow through with is determined by the flow rate in the downstream sewers.
Any other comments? Important as well. All in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded? Carried.
And Your Worship, that's all the motions. I've just got a couple of items to highlight. As I said, this is getting the busy season for Public Works, and just a couple of items to make residents aware of. Traffic disruption, Conception Bay Highway Terminal Road. Please be advised that the traffic light upgrades will begin this week of May 26, or the week of May 26, 2025 at the intersection of Conception Bay Highway and Terminal Road. This work is anticipated to last 4 weeks. Please expect delays and use caution when traveling through the construction zone. So we did a major upgrade of Terminal Road last year. It's not totally complete. I believe there's another lift of asphalt needs to go on, some other works to be done. And part of that work is an upgrade to the traffic lights. So that's starting next week, just to make residents aware. And traffic advisory, again, our water and sewer projects and roads projects are getting up and moving in the upcoming weeks. So please be advised that road work will recommence on Wednesday, May 25th, 2025 on the following streets: Stagehead Road, Casey's Road, Brayside Lane, Dix Place, and Dix Lane. And this work is anticipated to last 4 weeks. Please use caution and expect delays when traveling through construction zones. So these are streets that we started last year. We're pretty much finished. And to follow up on those streets, Phase 49 water and sewer again. Installation is complete and tested on the above noted streets, and property owners can connect to water and sewer services by contacting the town's Engineering Public Works Department or emailing engineering@Conception Bay South. And just to point out, as of December 2024, 94% of our homes in Conception Bay South are eligible to connect to water and sewer services. So we're moving along. In some places slower than other people would hope for, but certainly we're moving in the right direction.
Yeah.
And
Well-
Your Worship, we'll leave it at that for now. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Councillor Hillier, for that update and the notices. And yeah, we're moving in the right direction. It's just so expensive to get there is the unfortunate part, and it isn't getting any cheaper. Next up, we have procurement, and I believe Councillor Tilley, that's you tonight.
Thank you, Your Worship. Several items from the procurement side of things. 11A, purchase of a 2027 pumper rescue fire apparatus. Be it so resolved that approval be given to award the purchase of a 2027 Pierce Maxi Sabre pumper rescue fire apparatus from Safety Source Fire at a cost of $1,599,483 plus HST. Funds are available in the capital equipment purchase account. So moved.
Do we have a seconder? Councillor Moores, discussion.
Yes, Your Worship, this purchase is to replace one of our aging fleet of fire trucks. And you'll notice that it's a delivery date for 2027. Unfortunately, due to the excessive high demand of these specialized trucks across the country, we got to order them almost up to 2 years in advance. That's how long it takes to get them in. So we're pleased to be adding these types of pumpers to our fleet. And I'm a lifetime member of the fire department, and I remember 20 years ago, Chief, 20 or 30 years ago, that when we ordered pumpers, they were a tad bit different than the ones that we're getting nowadays. So times certainly have changed for sure.
Any other comments on this? No, as a necessary addition, and of course, you got to be proactive when you're looking for specialized equipment, and like you say, you're ordering 2 years in advance. All in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded? Carried.
Item 11B, the Atkins Road Lift Station pump repairs. Be it so resolved that the approval is given to purchase various parts to make the necessary repairs for pump number 2 at Atkins Road Lift Station from Xylem at a cost of $27,601.85, HST included. Funds are available in the lift station repairs account. So moved.
Do we have a seconder? Councillor Barrett, discussion.
Yes, Your Worship, this is just, I guess, necessary repairs that we have to make to our lift stations as the cost of doing business in these types of areas.
Yep, these lift stations aren't cheap. All
Yeah.
in favor? Contrary minded? Carried.
Item 11C, purchase of sports court and net system. Be it so resolved that approval be given to purchase sports court and net system from the Canada Summer Games as part of their asset disposal process at the cost of $50,000, HST included. Funds are available in the capital out of revenue. So moved.
We have a seconder. Councillor Hilliard, discussion.
Yes, Your Worship, this purchase is going to go a long way to our future use at our new community centre. It's my understanding that we've a part of the legacy agreement for the Canada Summer Games, that they sell off a lot of their equipment, and it's my understanding through our recreation director that I think the total purchase cost if we were to buy these new would be in excess of $275,000. So we're getting a bargain for sure, and we're certainly happy to take it off the hands of the Summer Games team and put it to use in our new community centre, hopefully the fall of 2026, hopefully. Knock on wood.
Yeah, it's a prudent approach to this, and of course, I suppose this equipment's had about 3 weeks use on it when we get it after the Canada Summer Games, so pretty good. Any further comment? Yeah.
Yes, Your Worship, I'll be voting for this motion. This is I guess to clarify to some degree, this is the court that will be used for volleyball at Canada Games. And for it to come into our facility, it will certainly supplement and complement what we already have there, and will allow us to host high-end competition, university games, national tournaments, national championships, and so on. So, as Councillor Tilley said, $50,000 for a $250,000 system is fabulous.
Good deal, slightly used. Very slightly. All in favor? Contrary minded? Carry.
D, supply and install of rubber surfacing. Be it so resolved that approval be given to award the supply and install of rubber surfacing as part of the Topsail Beach Playground project to Coastline Specialties Limited through the Canoe Procurement Group of Canada in the amount of $140,125 plus HST. Funds are available in the project account. So moved.
Seconder? Councillor Morris, discussion.
And yes, Your Worship, this is part of our budget line from our 2024 budget that we are going to replace the playground in the Topsail Beach area. And of course, part of this supply and installation of rubber surfacing will allow for a more inclusive playground in that area.
Any other comments on that? Yeah, so it's fantastic that we're able to get at this Topsail Beach project that's been in the works for quite a while. And of course, we're spending a fair bit of money to do it, but to do it right is the real thing, and to do it so it's an inclusive surface, a rubberized surface underneath, much like the community park, is the right way to do it. And so I was very pleased to support this motion tonight. Any other comments on this? All in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded? Carried. Thank.
And that's it from the procurement side.
Okay, I don't see anything else on the agenda for this evening, so thank you, everyone, for your work. And we're scheduled to be back here in Chambers for the next public council meeting for June 17th, as we hit the, I guess, the pre-summer schedule of once a month of public meetings, and we'll continue to meet if necessary in the meantime, of course, and continue the work of the town into what we expect to be one of the busiest summers on tap for the town of Conception Bay South. So I'm going to call for a motion for adjournment, moved by Councillor Tilley, seconded by Councillor Butler. All in favor? Contrary minded? That is carried. Thank you and good evening.